Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're taking a really close look at market analysis, specifically for the insights of an expert we follow closely.
That's right. We're talking about our dear friend Crypto Infos, who shared some really focused thoughts based on their own experience and research.
Yeah, incredibly focused. So what's our mission today with this?
Well, the goal is to really understand why Crypto Info sees technical analysis as, well, the most superior form. We'll dig into their reasoning.
Drawing straight from their core views.
Exactly. And then, importantly, apply it. We'll look at a specific example from what they call their yellow charts. See it in action.
Okay, sounds good. Let's unpack this main idea first. Crypto Infos has this fundamental belief, right?
Absolutely. Based on, their experience, their study, they firmly believe technical analysis is just better.
Superior.
Yeah,
And the reason? Because it reflects real action.
precisely. Real action, people actually buying and selling. It's that old saying, isn't it? Put your money where your mouth is. That's the essence.
Right. And they see the charts themselves as incredibly powerful.
Oh, completely. Their view is that every single candle on that chart contains all the information you actually need.
All of it. Wow.
Yeah, think about it. Each candle tells you what ordinary people are doing, what the whales, the big players are up to.
And where the so-called smart money is moving, buying or selling. It's all supposedly laid bare on the chart.
Exactly. Laid bare.
So, okay, if the charts have everything, what about all the news, the company announcements, economic data?
That's where Crypto Infos has a strong take. They see news and fundamentals mostly as like flashy headlines, good clickbait maybe,
But it's not that useful for actual trading decisions.
far less useful according to them, helpful only in quote very small instances. It's a really stark contrast to the value they place on pure price action.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? Where is the real signal versus the noise?
Yeah, if the chart tells the story, how do you read it? How does that become something you can actually use?
And that brings us perfectly to the practical bit. So a big thank you to our dear friend Crypto Infos for sharing this specific piece of, well, crypto info from their own work.
They're yellow charts, right? Their system for marking things up.
Exactly. We're looking at their analysis of Pengu from the BitGet one-day chart.
Okay. So looking at Pengu, Crypto Infos tagged the chart status as bullish.
Bullish, okay?
And they spotted a pattern. It was breaking up from a falling wedge. Now, for anyone listening, a falling wedge. It often signals selling pressure is easing off.
Kind of like a coiled spring, potentially.
Sort of, yeah. It can suggest a bullish reversal might be coming. So their key observation was simple. Pengu looked like it was getting ready for a big move.
Right, based on that breakout. And this is where it gets really practical, because they give actual targets.
They do, specific targets.
So for Pengu, if this pump, this upward move continues, the next upside target is 15,000 to 17,000 units.
A pretty significant potential move.
But crucially, they also give the other side, risk management, right? If it gets rejected, if the breakout fails.
Then the first downside target is minus $0.01. A small negative target. Interesting. It's about having levels for different scenarios.
It really ties back to their whole philosophy, doesn't it? Reacting to the real action as it happens on the chart.
It does. It underscores that core idea. The most direct, immediate information comes from the price action itself. It's not about fortune telling.
It's about reading the story the market is telling right now.
Precisely. Understanding and then reacting.
So the key takeaway for you listening might be this. Regardless of headlines, the chart itself shows where people are truly committing their capital. It's an unfiltered view.
And maybe a final thought to leave you with. If Crypto Infos is right, if every candle really does tell a story of real action, what new insights could you gain by perhaps looking at charts a bit differently yourself?